Hey everyone, it's Clint. Maybe you noticed I didn't make a video yesterday, and that's because the campaign is over, and I just wanted to take a little break, so I did. It was nice. And today's been a little crazy, so I'm doing a cell phone video, and we're gonna be looking at Alien Dead Orbit. Not because this is the point of the video, but because I'm starting to get my mind in the headspace of writing horror for comics in preparation for Dracula. But that's just more of a preparation thing. What I really want to talk about is jealousy or insecurity in comics, because it tends to come up, and I think it's a creative type thing. So I was talking to, there's a spoiler page. I was talking to a friend who works in comics, and we were talking about how it seems like there are a few tendencies with creative type people that seem to come up over and over again. And because comics is full of a lot of creative type people, you're going to get a lot of that same kind of stuff. So, for example, let's think about this for a moment. Let's say that you are a comic book artist. Maybe you're breaking in. You're starting to do some good stuff, where you feel like you're starting to see some success or some traction. But as you're doing that, you've been networking. There's other people out there that are succeeding, and you start to meet with other artists, and you have maybe some artists that out there that are worse than you. At least in your mind, you think they're worse artists than me. And then they start getting opportunities. They start improving on their art in a big way. And then because in your mind they should be less than you, because you've already sized them up and they're lower in the pecking order, the artistic pecking order, they're not as good as you, essentially. So now you've got this problem going on because they're getting more opportunities and they are potentially surpassing your artwork. So now you've got some cognitive dissonance. So what you could do is say, oh, well, this person's improving. They're working hard. That's great. Good for them. And you could say their journey in comics has nothing to do with my journey in comics. We're two separate people. They're going to have different lucky breaks. They're going to have different work ethic. They're going to have different talents. They're going to have different, whole set of different circumstances that don't apply to me. That would be the healthy thing to do. And you could congratulate that person and say, hey, you're doing a great job. You're an amazing artist. I'm very impressed with the work that you're doing. There's no downside to doing that. Okay, and I think we all know this. There's literally no downside. What's the worst thing that could happen from telling somebody that their artwork is getting great and that they're improving? And yeah, even if now you think, oh, they've passed me up, they're better than me. Compliment the person. There's no downside. It's going to make you feel good. It's going to make them feel good. And you're still going to be the same artist that you were before. Okay? That's not really what most people do, I think, or at least many. I don't know if I want to say most, but many people will see it as sort of a threat for some reason, because there's only one position. There can only be one artist that's at this particular height of success, right? So you're going to, I'm going to skip a few pages here. Look at that deep space pic. That's actually pretty cool. The detail. So that's one option, okay? So second option is you're upset about it. This person, you feel threatened, okay? So you could then ignore them and move on with life, right? And push them out of your life. Network elsewhere, right? That could be an option. Or you could try to tear that other person down and tell them their art is not good. They're not really a good artist. Any success they have was an accident. Any success that you have was hard fought, worked for. Any success that they had was an accident. I love this one, by the way. Totally an alien in the wall. Uh-oh. And it's not really an alien. It's just something else. That's pretty good. I like that. Anyway, so my point is, I think like rationally, the healthy thing to do is just be happy for people. Give them compliments because it makes you feel happy too. It makes them feel happy. Everyone's secure, and it'll literally not change your position in comics. On the other hand, if you are, the saying was, if you drink a gallon of pickle juice every time something good happens to somebody else, you're going to be bitter and angry. But I actually do think it affects your art. It'll take away from what you're doing because you've got these insecurities that you've got to work through. Uh, anyway, so I don't think this is limited to comics. I think it's generally everywhere, in especially in creative industries, probably elsewhere too. Some of it might be human nature. I don't know, but I think it's a good reminder. So for me personally, I want to. That is a gruesome. That's a gruesome picture right there. Uh, for me personally, what I want to do is do more. Uh, Treat it more like I'm running a race. Like I am trying to beat my best time, and I think that's a healthy way to do it. Can't compare yourself to somebody else. You just try to do your best, do stuff that excites you, and then take joy when other people do exciting things too. There's enough room for everybody in comics. So thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video.